Benji, Benji. What's going on, folks? How are we? So, I've come down to River Trent today, got the nature in the background. I'm going to be talking a little bit about climate change. Okay, so this is going to be called #climate thoughts. I'm just going to put some thoughts out there, some ideas out there. I want to try and make a community whereby people with similar ideas, similar ideologies can come together, discuss things, put it in the comments. I'm going to throw some pictures up as I'm talking about different things. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to be talking about is COP26. So if you've heard of this, basically next weekend, I believe that it might be starting. World leaders are meeting in Glasgow to discuss plans for climate action. And action really is becoming urgent at this point in time. It has actually been labelled before as a code red for humanity. That's what some scientists are labelling climate change at the moment. So, what are the next steps that's going to happen? We will soon find out. So I'm going to talk a little bit first about fossil fuels. So, as I'm sure a lot of people are aware, fossil fuels create a lot of greenhouse gases, and it's obviously quite pollutant to the air. It's causing a lot of natural disasters, well, not natural, but a lot of disasters to be happening around the world. If you think about forest fires, think about flooding that's going on. And this might be the reality for our world within the future. So I am someone that is passionate about making a change, keeping this earth green. So I think it's important for us to consciously make decisions on a daily basis about how we can also commit to being green within our lives. So this is something that they're going to be discussing within COP26, I would have thought. Obviously, we've seen that a lot of policies have been put in place for, like, in the UK, you might have seen about like electric cars. They're saying like there's a transition to electric cars in 2030. But I think action needs to be taken quicker. I think that people should be thinking the next car that they want to buy, that should be electric, hybrid at least. And I think we need to try and use transport like planes and cars a lot less. If there's a possibility for you to walk or to cycle to some places, do it. I think like we live in like a business world where a lot of our society is based upon business and making money, and that is why the fossil fuel industry is really striving. Let me talk a little bit about countries. So there's a lot of countries that rely on fossil fuels for money. If you think about like China, I think they're one of the strongest like manufacturers of oil. Somewhere like Saudi Arabia and India as well. I've actually wrote some stuff down. So basically there's an organisation called the Ipcc, which is like a protection against the climate. It's like a big organisation, and they made a report where they're trying to, obviously they were really like being against fossil fuels, the production of fossil fuels, and they're saying like it needs to completely stop and we need to like transition quickly. And there's a lot of countries that are trying to like deny that and deny the science. This is based like India. They've quoted in saying they need coal and they need fossil fuel production for their economy to grow. But I would suggest, unfortunately, as much as we want their economy to grow, then their economy needs to grow based upon a sustainable, eco-friendly way. If we keep continuing to live the way that we are currently living, then it's just gonna keep spiraling out of control. So there needs to be drastic change. As there was once an industrial revolution, we need an eco revolution. This is what we need. So while some people might think that an eco-friendly world isn't possible, there is actually places showing the possibility. So there's a lot of Scandinavian countries that are very eco-friendly, very air non-polluting. There's actually a Swedish town, I'm going to try and pronounce it now, it is Skellefteå. It runs on 100% renewable energy from hydropower and wind. And it's actually a place that's made on wood, but the place, like, it's fire safe. It says, at least it says that it's fire safe, and they've got a lot of fire things in place to try and stop that from happening. let's think about what else I want to talk about today. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about what we can do then, because as much as the pressure is on the government to make policies, it's on us as well to act upon these things. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about veganism. So I see a lot of approximations and percentages thrown about there, saying like if you switch to a plant-based diet, you might be able to reduce emissions by 50%. I'm just throwing a random figure. I'm not 100% sure on that figure. Maybe I can flash up on screen. But this is something I'm really interested in personally. I have a lot of passion for it. It's not just about the environment. It's about morally as well for me. I think it's 2/3 of animals raised for food worldwide is actually factory farmed, and obviously when these animals are being factory farmed, it's adding to a lot of the greenhouse gases. The way that we're keeping them close together and stuff isn't good for their health either. And I believe it is in Brazil where they are chopping down a lot of Amazon rainforest to have cattle there, so that they can add to their economy, really, because they're selling this meat abroad. So this is what I'm going to say. If you are choosing to eat meat, my personal opinion is that you should try to buy from local sources, like a local butcher, because when you're buying from these big supermarket chains like Tesco and Asda, this meat might be transported from South America. It could be transported from European countries. So buying locally, personally, I would feel is better. Obviously, for me personally, I'd wish the world to be a vegan, but you got to be realistic about it as well. Okay, cool. So also, I'm going to talk a little bit about plastic. Okay, so there's a country, France. That's it, France. I saw the other day that they banned plastic on like fruit and vegetables, which is a step forward. That's a positive. I feel more than that needs to be done. We don't need plastic. We need to completely eradicate plastic from the production of products completely. I think if you've seen the problem with plastic when it comes to pollution within the sea, it's causing fish a lot of problems. Like, this plastic is actually going into the fish, and then when people are eating fish, actually some of the plastic is actually showing up. And it obviously it's bad because it can't be single-use plastic can't be used again, and we're having heaps and heaps and heaps of rubbish piled up everywhere. And then when if it gets burnt, then that's toxic fumes that are also adding to pollution, which isn't great. So ban on plastic, single-use plastic is needed. We need to try and do our recycling. I'm going to show you a little. I brought a little bit of recycling with me. I'm going to come up to the camera now. Here we go. Where's my little recycling logo? Here we go. Recycle. I think a lot of people need to recycle a lot more. I see it. But there's literally a bin, right? There'll be a bin and there'll be a recycling bin next to it, and then people will put the recycling in the bin there, and it's just really frustrating when I see that. And I'm there it's literally there. So guys, just look at the back of your cartons, look at the back of your food wrappers, and just see what it says on the back. It might say it's not recyclable, okay, but it might tell you, this could be recycled somewhere, and then it takes 2 seconds to just research where it can be recycled and then take it there, and that is going to make a difference. These small things make a big impact. Okay, cool. So that's a little bit about recycling. What else do I want to talk about? I want to talk a bit about our consumer habits. So this is similar to the production of products. I'm thinking about fashion industry, fast fashion. You might have heard of fast fashion. So it's products that are being made quickly for a quick return, like seasonal goods, and then people might wear them for a certain part of their day and then throw them away, and then they're just like landfill, like rubbish that doesn't get recycled. And some recycling, I must say, that's actually put in the recycling doesn't always get recycled. It could get shipped off to foreign countries, which is also something really bad. But let's stick back onto clothing. So yeah, clothing, if it's thrown away, it's just gonna heap up, and these clothes are going into landfill, which also is causing pollution to occur. The leaves are flying all over the place. Okay, so this is what I do personally. I only buy clothes now from sustainable sources, or I'm trying to shop from charity shops as well, and just like not actually think about, do I need to buy this? Like a lot of us will buy stuff. Like if you think of Amazon, the amount of stuff people just buy impulsively is really quite alarming. We just need to think about our decisions a lot more. Have in our mind, think, oh, is this going to be eco-friendly? This is how I think personally. I actually think, is this thing that I'm buying, how is it going to affect the environment? And if people just had a little ounce of that when they go about their day-to-day life, I feel like a lot of change could happen. So back onto the fashion look. So these shoes, these bad shoes, got them from Shoe, eco-friendly, vegan-friendly. Look at these socks, got them from a zero-waste shop. And this tracksuit is actually from JD, but I think I bought it about 3 years ago, and I don't think my mind was clued up as it is now on these sorts of issues. But you know what, when this red tracksuit comes out, you know it's going to be a big day. So yeah, that's a little bit of a talk from me. So I've talked about a lot of things that I want to talk about. Obviously, if you've got a comment that you want to leave me a comment. Let me know if you agree with any of my ideas or you have any ideas yourself. Like I say, I think the world needs to change a lot. We need to change, like I say, eco revolution. This is what needs to happen. If you think about lockdown, think back to lockdown. What happened when everyone was locked down? No one could fly, no one could drive. The air was getting cleaner. Nature was striving. Yeah, it was striving. I believe something like this might have to happen. We need a serious switch round where we just like, maybe people will just have to put their lives on hold. People might have to put their lives on hold for a little bit while we really sort this out, because that is seriously how much of a crisis this is. It is a crisis, and if we don't treat it like it is a crisis, then we're not really going to do much. We need to stop being in denial about the fact that this is a serious issue that needs to be addressed. What is my idea? Everyone needs to stop. We need to stop certain jobs, unfortunately. Like I was on about fashion, there might not be a place anymore for it. And certain big supermarket chains, I think they need to stop packaging. What they need to do with pasta and that, instead of having it in massive packaging, you just got the pasta and you pour it, you go like that with a little thing and it just pours out, and you take little glass things into it. It's going to need a big scale change up, big scale change up, but this is what is needed. The planet, this planet that we live on is more important than a bit of wonga. Yeah, we can make wonga in different ways, and this is what we have to try and think about. How can we make jobs more sustainable? I've got a few ideas. There's also quite a lot of billionaires. Are they billionaires? I think maybe, yeah, billionaires like Jeff Bezos and Tesla. Elon Musk, I'm not sure if he's a billionaire. I don't know how much money he's making, but he's on about a space race, and it's like, why are we trying to go to space when the Earth we're living on needs fixing? Maybe that's why they want to go. Maybe they're thinking, oh, we need to get out of this place before it's too late. But let's use all that money they're investing in this space travel. Let's use it to fix the Earth. Prince William actually went on BBC News the other day, and he started talking about this. So that is good that we've got high figures in the media talking about these things. And obviously with COP26 next week, more and more coverage is going to be given, which is only a good thing to help people be more aware. And that is it. Some people probably aren't aware of how their decisions are affecting us. So the more awareness it is spread, the better. Okay, I think I'm going to sign out now. Thank you for watching. Yeah, thank you for watching. Until next time, keep it real, yeah. Keep it green.